So I got this new Insta360 for my motorcycling, and I also got this new steel filter because I often make coffee with this Pulsar here. I mentioned it before, and I figured I'd put a video together to show both. I got some water heating, it's boiling now. My issue is, despite having a fancy ass coffee setup, this damn filter keeps, well, low water rate, low flow rate, and clogs. And so I thought I'd try one of these metal filters, and I'll try one of them. They make two. One of them is 18K, one of them is 30K. That's 150 micron and 100 micron. And I don't know if it's going to make it any better or worse, so we have to try it. One of them is for full-bodied coffee, one of them is for a cleaner cup. Except the cleaner cup means it's finer, which means it could clog easier if you agitate too much, which is kind of what you do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably use the second one. Hopefully they're labeled. Oh, I can't really tell. Nope, they are. And I'm going to hope it doesn't clog, because I'm not going to agitate at all. That'll show that damn filter. So let's see. I have 20 grams of coffee here in my fancy ass grinder, set to a very, very coarse 10. I am almost go to 11 off of the thing. And I guess, actually, I don't want this. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. I'll grind it. Should go pretty quick. There's the coffee, by the way. San Francisco Bay, 100% Kona. Tastes like what it says on the tin. Medium roast. Smooth and flavorful, but I've been... I can't grind coarse enough. It goes so slow that it overbrews. It has a small bite to it because I can't grind it coarse enough. And this is damn coarse. This is like cold brew level coarse. And this is a damn nice grinder, an endgame grinder, which doesn't even make sense. So it bothers me. But whatever. We got our coffee now. You can see some of the chaff there. So there's different recipes for this thing. And hopefully it looks okay. The video, I mean. I don't know what it looks like. It's a 360 degree camera. So, alright, two filters. 18 and 30. 30 for a cleaner cup. I'm going to try the 30 because I want to see what it's like when it's finer. So how does this work? Well, generally you'd put a filter and wet it with a closed valve. Some people wet the filter, some people don't. I'm going to do absolutely none of that. I'm just going to put the filter right there in the middle. And I'm going to put the barrel right over it. And now it should be no bypass. Water can't go around it. It has to go through. So this thing is very sensitive to flow and grind. So 30K filter, water's in here. Rather, water's not in here, and it doesn't need to be because I don't need to wet this filter. Okay. So now, where the fuck is my scale? What the fuck? People keep moving my shit. Great. Okay, it's over here. So scale. There's a scale. $20 grams of coffee. Flatbed. Closed. So here's my recipe. I'll walk you through it as I do it. I have 20 grams of coffee. So I'm going to take 3 times the amount of coffee I put in there. That's 60. By the way, this recipe is not mine. It's Scott Rouse. And then I'm going to wait. Now, if it was actually the paper filters causing this fuckery, then this thing's probably going to flow pretty well, even with a really fine filter. But if not, then I wonder if something's wrong with my grinder or something. I don't know. But here, this opens up the valve. It should start to filter and drip down. I'm going to do that to about a minute. There you go. See it dripping? Not a very constant drip. This is supposed to be for a cleaner cup. So I'm going to go a ratio of 1 to 17. That's 20 grams in. So I'm going to go for 340 out in water. And all I'm going to do is pour straight down into the center, keeping it 1 to 3 centimeters over. I'm just pouring straight in the center, letting the dispersion filter, this thing here, do its job, which is to make sure it drips evenly and doesn't mess with my coffee bed. So this is supposed to take 4 to 4.5 minutes. I can already see this thing is dripping a lot. More consistently than I had the old paper filters. It tells me their filters suck. So I looked with a magnifying glass, by the way, and I even have a magnifying glass somewhere right here, just to do a test. I don't know if you can see this, but here is one side, here is the other. It is really subtle on the difference between the two. Which one is the rough side? It's not like you can feel it and go, oh yeah, this side's smoother than the other. Even with a frickin' magnifying glass, I cannot tell the difference between these freaking filter sides. So I'm going to do 2 pours. I'm going to make that 3. Put this shit away. Okay, now we wait. So to be honest, you know, there's not much I did with the pour here. I didn't really do anything special. I kept the grind exactly how I've been grinding it before. Not really a lot of variables I've been changing. This is the same recipe I've been basically doing all week. And it's roughly been coming out to 4:30 to 5 minutes every time. The last time I ground it to 11 instead of 10, so even coarser than this. I can already see this is probably going to be damn close. As for the flow there, it's not a consistent flow. You can probably hear it. It's dripping non-consistently. It's not going very quickly. This here is 4:30, and it's still a little bit of dripping left. So what it tells me is I have to grind a little coarser. What it really tells me is my grinder, for some reason, needs to go to the coarsest setting and then some for this thing to work right, whether I use a paper filter or a metal one. So I guess in my case, it wasn't the paper filters. I was wrong. 5 minutes, basically. And even with a little bit left. So the moral of the story is coffee sucks. It's confusing, it makes no sense, known to science on why this shit works the way it does. That's the conclusion I'm making here. And with that, I'm gonna go and enjoy some coffee. So hopefully this video doesn't come out too badly. I did single lens on an action camera that's 360 degrees. But we'll see how this turns out compared to the GoPro, which I think I'm gonna retire. All right then, bye now.